John Apunima, Gai Jatra and Raksha Bandhan festivals are being observed across the country today. Also in this edition of Kantipur News, we have updates about the withdrawal of hike in fees of engineering and the ICC Women's T20 World Cup Asia qualifier. Good morning, I'm Prarambha, Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. John Apunima and Gai Jatra festivals being marked today. Raksha Bandhan also being observed. Pilgrims reach Gosaikunda, Panchpokhari and Kumbeshwar among other destinations. Agreement reached to withdraw the hike in fee of engineering studies. Protest programs including hunger strike suspended. Hurricane Italia hits Florida, dumping rain over and causing floods in the state. More than 280,000 homes and businesses without power. And Nepali Eves register a comeback victory over Malaysia at the ICC Women's T20 World Cup Asia qualifier, secure a 5-run win. Nepal next take on Bahrain tomorrow. Hindu devotees across the country are celebrating John Apunima with much fanfare today. Every year, the festival is celebrated on the full moon day in the month of Shravan. Meanwhile, Gai Jatra is also being observed in several parts of the country today itself. The Tagadharis, bearer of the holy thread called Janai, take a bath in the nearest river or pond early in the morning and change the Janai given by their priest to observe the Janai Punima festival. Devotees also tie a sacred thread around their wrist on this day, which they believe purifies the soul and protects the body from evil. Many Hindus across the country flock to Gosaikunda in Raswa district to participate in an annual fair. On this day, a special 9-bean soup, traditionally known as kwati, is prepared as part of the meal. The soup, according to the elders, provides much-needed warmth to the farmers who spend the monsoon summer shin deep in muddy water planting crops in their fields. Meanwhile, in the valley and the southern plains of the Tarai Madhesh region, Nepalis are also celebrating Raksha Bandhan, a festival to celebrate the bond of love and affection between brothers and sisters. Sisters tie Rakhi on their brothers, wishing for their safety and security on this day. Several delicacies are also prepared to celebrate the festival. The brothers, meanwhile, provide clothes and cash as gifts to their sisters. An agreement has been reached to withdraw the hike in fee proposed by the Institute of Engineering. Following agreement with the student unions, the Tribhuvan University has directed the Institute of Engineering to withdraw the proposed hike in fee of engineering studies. After the protests against the proposed hike had intensified, a dialogue was held between the team of officials of the Tribhuvan University, including the Vice-Chancellor and the 5 student unions. Prior to that, even Prime Minister Dahal had directed for formation of a committee to revise the proposed hike in fee. Following the agreement, a committee has been formed to furnish recommendations on the fee within 7 days. Meanwhile, the students have called off their protest programs, including the hunger strike. Based on the procedure, all programs, including the entrance examination, will now be held. Saying the campuses had reached a stage where they could no longer operate as the fee had not increased for 26 years, the IOE had earlier increased the fee from 318,000 rupees to 775,000 rupees. Officials of the IOE and campuses had been warning of resignation if the fees were not revised. In our Public Voice segment, we have asked regarding why they think have the infrastructures of provinces not been completed even in 6 years of implementation of federalism. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
यो सोच कहिले पनि आउँदैन कि थाई राजधानी बनाउनु पर्ने यो सत्ता पक्षको लापरवाहीको कारणले
आफूलाई शक्तिलाई केन्द्रले बाड्न चाहेको छैन। संघीय सरकारले नै जुन सबै अधिकारहरू चाहिँ आफूमा निहित राखेको छ त्यो कारणले गर्दाखेरि पनि अहिले संरचनाहरू र अरु कार्यहरू पनि हुन नसकेको जस्तो मलाई लागिरहेछ।
नेताहरूको राजनीतिक चलखेल दलगत स्वार्थका कारणले नै यो संरचनाहरू बन्न सकेका छैन।
यो बन्देको भए अब पैसाहरूको बचत हुन्थ्यो, त्यही पैसा अन्त लगाउन सकिन्थ्यो।
संहिताको जुन मर्म नै बुझ्न नसकेर यस्तो
आफूलाई नै खान पुगेको छैन, अब कसरी बन्छ संरचनाहरू।
मुख्यमन्त्रीहरूले आफ्नो मान्छेहरूको घरहरू भाडामा लिने, उनीहरूलाई कमाउने, कार्यकर्ता पोस्ने सरह कार्य गरिरहेका छन्।
Team Nepal have made a stunning comeback to secure a 5-run win over Malaysia at the ICC Women's T20 World Cup Asia qualifiers. After being put to bed in the match played at the Biomass Sports and Events Complex in Malaysia, Nepal posted 84 runs for the loss of 6 wickets in their 20 overs. Nepal had a poor start and kept losing wickets at regular intervals. They were reduced to 3 wickets without a single run on the scoreboard as Kajal Shrestha, Samdana Khadka and Indu Burma returned to the pavilion in the first 3 balls of the very first over. Team Nepal were then reduced to 24 runs for the loss of 5 wickets in 6.2 overs. However, Sita Rana Moghar and Apsari Begum then added a crucial 51-run partnership for the 6th wicket to provide some stability to Nepal innings. Apsari scored 17 while Sita remained unbeaten at 38 runs. Aina Hamiza Hashim picked 2 wickets from Malaysia, while Mahira Izzati Ismail, Aisha Elisa Firdaus and Nick Noor Atiela shared a wicket apiece. In reply, Malaysia were once cruising as they had lost 4 wickets for 70 runs on the board. However, they then lost their remaining 6 wickets for only 9 runs as Nepal secured an impressive victory. The Nepali Eves are aiming to reach the tournament final and secure their spot at the global qualifiers. Before we wrap up, here's a look into the top stories one more time. John Apunima and Gai Jatra festivals being observed today. Raksha Bandhan also being marked. Pilgrims reach religious places. Agreement reached to withdraw the hike in fee of engineering studies. Test programs including hunger strike suspended. Hurricane Italia hits Florida, dumping rain and causing floods in the state. More than 280,000 homes and businesses without power. And Nepali Eves register a comeback victory over Malaysia at the ICC Women's T20 World Cup Asia qualifier. Secure a 5-run win. Next take on Bahrain tomorrow. So that is all for the moment. Our next English bulletin is at 6 p.m. Thank you for staying with us. Have a beautiful day ahead.